So what's up, guys? I'm here to go ahead and explain today on what is the fastest way to get everything maxed out and level up. So I guess first and foremost, as you can see, I have a buttload of resource reward statues. And I only have 2 red statues and 1 GBE statue. Because at this level of gameplay, when I was even at level a 50 level player, all you need is tanks, medics, and that will pretty much crush everything. Make sure to get those maxed out as soon as possible. When it comes to leveling up, if you notice, just to level up this mortar from 21 to level 22, it's going to cost you to insta-finish that. It's going to cost you 6,000 diamonds. That's pretty much almost all my diamonds. But if you have all the resources and you are able to meet the quota of the resources and then finish the time, if I finish this time of 14 hours, it's going to cost me 171 diamonds. And then once I do that, if I level this up and have all my resources maxed out, then it's going to cost me somewhere around 300 diamonds. That is a huge difference when it comes to 6,000 diamonds. So what you want to do is have a buttload of these resource reward statues. Now, the way to absolute maximize your resource reward statues is to boost them. Well, since boosting costs power powder, I don't like to boost them that much. In fact, I only boost all my statues every 2 weeks. Why do I boost my statues every 2 weeks? Let's take a look at my map. My map shows that I have, let's go ahead and count these. Starting up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I have 23 players on my map. Those are not these bases. These are 23 players on my map. Why do I have so many? Well, because players give you the most loot. They can give you more loot than Dr. Terror sometimes. Now, on the notes, I wrote certain numbers, like this 5 and this 4s, and that's basically all I have is 5s and 4s. Now, what those numbers mean is the rock and iron added up in 100,000. So this is 300,000, that's 200,000 rock, 300,000 iron. Add those up, that's 500,000. That's over 500,000 resources right there. The wood is always going to be plentiful because that's just the way Boom Beach has it set up. The rock and iron is what I'm always out of towards the late game, middle game and late game. So the 4 is going to be 400,000. So I got 100, 200. Now that's 300, but that's over 350. What I found is it's hard for me to find players. If I find a player that's over 350,000 resources, I'll go ahead and put a 4, and then I'll put a 3 if they're 300 or less, and then I'll switch them out the next day. So this way I'm saving all of my players on my map. Now, these guys, I will automatically attack all day, every day, the moment I see them. So I'll go ahead and attack these real quick. Go ahead and get these out of the way. And I really have no need for any more red statues at this point because the tanks are they're maxed out. They're level 17 tanks and there's just no reason to have have any more of the tanks boosted. They're really overpowered at this point. So, and let me see here. Let me go ahead and do a shot. Drop the critters. Well, that didn't really work out as planned, but That's okay, because those 3 rocket launchers aren't even going to make a dent on me. If anything, I could... Well, it doesn't matter. I'll just use my GME on the HQ. Hurry up and get this over with. So, in this regular base takedown, check this out. I want to show you the rewards with no boosted. They're not even boosted. Look at that. The rewards are almost as much as Dr. Terror, and this wasn't even that great of a reward. Sometimes I get 400,000 rock on some of these these maps. Now, here's another one. Block Party. So these are all 50. This is what they regularly give out, and this is what I get. Look at that. Now, if I boost that, I can get 160 on top of all those. I'm not going to attack that because I'm going to save it for later after I get done with this video. But on... Now, you may think, well, yeah, so you get all those rewards, but then you'll lose them on your base. So I want to show you guys who's attacking me and how much loot they're actually getting. So one of the main things you have to have is you got to have this vault maxed out. I had my vault maxed out as soon as I could have it maxed. Probably the #1 most powerful building is the statue upgrade. One statue can double all your resources. One statue can double your troop health. So it's a big, big deal. And then in loss of loot, once you get raided, having this vault will help out tremendously. I'm able to save almost $500,000, 500K of each resource, and it saves 88%. So let's look at the players that have attacked me. Now, whenever I'm getting attacked, and I have hardly any loot for them to take, then I'll keep my base like this because I want people to attack me, because that means there's less likely for people to attack me whenever I have a lot of loot. So, and whenever I have a lot of loot, let's say now, right now I have 1,500,000 iron and all those resources. So what I'll do is, at this point, I'll put my base in a hard base where nobody attacks me. Now, this may be an easy base for a level 61 player to attack me, and it is pretty easy. But I'm going to show you something. Look at the players that are attacking me. A level 49 player, a level 52, he's kind of up there actually, a level 47, a level 53, a level 52, a 51, a 54, 47. See, nobody is really anywhere near my level, and the reason why is because my medal count is so low. The way I'm able to keep my medal count so low is by keeping my base easy to beat when I have hardly any resources. So if you notice, when my base is easy to beat, look at the resources. Yeah, they got 200, they got a million. That's when I was actually maxed out. But if we go down a little bit lower, you notice, look how much iron they got. Look how much wood. Look how much rock. They got really nothing. That was a resource base, but they really got nothing compared to what I hold in my resources. They hardly got anything. So that's a big, big difference. Almost all the time I'm able to max out one of these buildings all the time. This one I need, another, million wood, 400k rock, and 2 million more iron. But it's pretty simple, because if I'm boosting, look at this. Look at this, what one player will give me. If I boost all my statues, that'll give me 1.3 million rock. 1.3 million iron. And that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's about 1 million rock. Just off of one player. How many player bases do I have? I have 23 that I saved up. And I'm always upgrading something. So whenever I'm upgrading, whenever I clear my map, I'm going to use my diamonds. Because that's where I get the most efficient use of my diamonds, is by using them at time. Don't ever use them on the resources, because your resources will drain the crud out of you. I really don't want to do this, but I'll go ahead and do it now just to show you. I'm not going to upgrade this mortar. But to upgrade, I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. It's 169 diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and use that. Now, for me to upgrade this mortar, it's going to show me I need 1,000,000 wood, 400k rock, yada yada. That's 1,800 diamonds just to upgrade that. That's way too much. Now I want to show you, and that takes how long? That's going to take 1 day and 12 hours. Now if I upgrade this, well, let me see. Something that costs more. It's 900. It's 300. Okay, so if I upgrade this, it's 18 hours. It's about half the time of the other one that I have, the other mortar that's more maxed out. I'm going to upgrade that right now. Boom. To finish it is 220 diamonds. I've now got this going to level 16. That's cost me 220 diamonds to finish it. If I insta-finish this, this is 1,100 diamonds. That is a huge, massive difference. It will cost you a ton of money to insta-finish all these. But since I'm able to have all these resource rewards, then I'm able to go ahead and really put the hurt on upgrading everything. And really, here's another thing that you may not notice is I'm a level 61. A lot of my troops are maxed out. The only thing I don't have maxed out are the heavies, Zukas, and the Cryoneers. The Cryoneers, they're in this boom mine. The Cryoneers aren't that great when you're using tanks. They're really only helpful when you're using heavies and Zuka. And I learned at level 30 that max tanks was the way to go because you can get further than any other troop when they're maxed out in any Dr. Terror and all the player bases and in bases like these. Like on this base, I could literally use just 3 tanks at the level that I have them at and beat it. And just use my GBE on these right here. So that's pretty much the fastest way to level up any of your base. And I want to show you something here. I want to show you my task force. I came in this task force when I was level 30. Now I'm level 61. So I've been in here for about a year. And I have a player that used to be the... Where is he? He used to be the captain of this. Robcat. He's a level 51. I was 8 levels below him. 8 levels. I was like a level 30. He was a level 38. And he's a very active player. He's on here every day, consistently attacking. Always does what he needs to. Now I'm assuming he's got a boat upgrading right now because he's not upgrading anything on his base, but that was one of the other things that I managed to upgrade immediately was all my boats, because the more fighting power, the more offense I was to take down more defensive players. So in the beginning of this game, it's offense, offense, offense all the way. And then I started on my defense. So first I leveled up all my tanks first, and then my gunboat I got to max, and then all these boats I got to max. That was the very first thing I did. Then the first buildings I upgraded, or defenses, I got all these guys maxed out first. And then the very first buildings that I started upgrading were the shock launchers. I maxed those out first because those pack the most punch. These can take out small level tanks, like level 8 tanks and under. And they'll just crush them. And here's another thing. I'm not using any ice whatsoever. There's no point of any ice when nobody can take my base. And if you notice, my base was always set up like this. My base is always set up like this. I'm never attacked, ever, when my base is set up to actually defend. And I'll only defend my base whenever I have a lot of loot. So as you can see right now, I really don't have that much loot. That may seem a lot to some people, but at this level, when it costs me, 3 million to upgrade a mortar, this isn't a lot of loot. I can go ahead and have my base set up to be taken. So I'll go ahead and load that up, and it's pretty easy. And here's another tip. I can also gain diamonds, because some players will go ahead and attack on this side, and then they'll flare their troops back here where this tree is. And then these rocket launchers will actually take out their medics all the time and take out their Zookas a lot of the time. And that way I'm able to gain intel. That's a big help, especially if you have a task force that needs some help getting intel. So that's pretty much what I wanted to go over. Now I will be changing over to ice statues once I have my entire base maxed out. Because there's only 3 goals in Boom Beach. There's only 3 ultimate goals. One is to get your base completely maxed out with everything maxed out in the armory and having perfect statues. I don't have not one perfect statues. These guardian statues are easier to get perfect. I actually have some saved. So the Gumbo Energy statues, those are perfect. I got a perfect Troop Health statue, and that's it. So what I'm going to do later is, after I get my base completely maxed out, because that's the very first goal. What is this? I think you can get this to level 64. Once that's completely maxed out, there's only 2 goals left. What are those goals? Well, those goals are to become first place on the local scoreboard, and then to get to global. Really, the global is what you want to get to. So if you get to global, then you have to switch all your statues. You can't have these resource rewards. If you notice, I'm going to tell you right now, none of these players are going to have a resource reward statue. They're all going to have attacking. They're going to have one red statue, attacking and health, and then all the rest are going to be, they may have a GBE statue to help them whenever they're attacking, but all the rest are going to be ice, and that's to help them be game number 1. Now, the third ultimate goal in Boom Beach is to be number 1 on the Mega Crab event. That is the ultimate goals of all of Boom Beach. Max out your base, number 1 globally on the Mega Crab. So there's plans that I have in store, but what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and end this video here in just a minute, but tomorrow, stay tuned, because I will clear my entire map. I don't know how much, I can do the math, but it is going to be a crap ton of loot with all of these. See, look at this. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. Now I'm doubling the purple of the amounts over here to the top left, because whenever I boost my statues, they're going to double. So as you can tell, all this wood, that's going to be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's going to be 1.7 million wood. So as you can tell, that's just absurd, and that's going to be typically off of each player. And I think I have one player over here that's gave me a crazy amount of resources. But anyway, so that's going to be how that I beat. And here's another thing. I've saved all my Hammerman bases on here to help any Task Force player that comes on. I'll go ahead and attack them. Well, this looks so easy nowadays. But anyway, here's another thing. When I have low, whenever I have low players on my map, let me see, the highest level player is a 57, a 59. This is still going to be easy. I'm 2 levels ahead of him. He's still going to be pretty easy. He's got 2 shock launchers. As long as he doesn't have a lot of ice. Boom. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here because it's getting a little bit long. But this is typically the way how I leveled up insanely fast. I even had, where is he? Soonerfan. This guy named Soonerfan. He's been on here for quite some time too, and he's now loaded most of his to restore statues as well, because he saw the benefits. He was on here every day attacking. He was very, very consistent, never missed a beat, and I slowly caught up to him. He was 4 levels ahead of me, but after I switched all my statues to resource statues, oh, I caught up to him and I passed him. Insane past him. So, and another thing, if you're gonna buy diamonds, go ahead and spend the $100. It's a lot of money, but 14,000 diamonds will, I mean, you're getting 4,000 extra diamonds compared to the 500 diamonds, and it's just a big, big difference. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video on that. So if you have any questions or concerns or comments, go ahead and post them in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe. See you later.